Did you know that you could buy your financial freedom? That's right. Financial freedom is just money coming in that allows you to do what you want with your time. And there's a variety of different ways that you can get your financial freedom. You can do it through investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, dividend yielding bonds. You can buy real estate investments that cash flow, or you could buy a business such as a laundromat that doesn't require all of your time and spends off cash flow that allows you to buy your freedom and do what you want with the rest of your time. Let me tell you how this works. When you buy a laundromat business, what you're doing is you're buying the cash flow of that laundromat, generally speaking. And when you're buying that cash flow, again, you're buying your freedom through laundromat ownership. I just want to put a little framework around what your financial freedom number is. Okay. And that financial freedom number is just the amount of money that you need to pay your everyday expenses and to be able to live your life and choose what you want to do with your time. If you want to keep working your job, keep working your job. If you want to go sit on a beach, go sit on a beach. Financial freedom is all about options and just that freedom, right? So what you need to do before we jump into this, and I encourage you, if you don't know your financial freedom number, pause the video and go work out how much money you need on a monthly basis to be able to cover your living expenses, because that will help you follow along in here and see in your particular scenario how much money you're going to need to buy your financial freedom. Okay, let's jump into it with laundromats. Now, a typical laundromat deal is going to cash flow around 20 to 25% of your initial investment if you buy it all cash. Okay, so let's use it just a very simple example so my pea brain can follow along, and hopefully I can explain it in a way that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's just say you need $5,000 a month of living expenses. That's your financial freedom number monthly, and your yearly financial freedom number then becomes 5,000 times 12, which is $60,000. Okay, so we need $60,000 to be able to quit our jobs or do what we want with our time. Now, how much money would we then need to spend on a laundromat in order to buy our financial freedom? Well, if we can expect a 20 to 25% return on our money, that means we're going to need around $240,000 to $300,000 to buy your financial freedom so you never have to work again. Okay, some of you right now are like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. I could never save up that much money. And some of you are like, wow, that's surprisingly little. I'm very surprised at how relatively easily I could buy my financial freedom, right? And it doesn't matter which camp you're in right now. The point is that you can buy your financial freedom, and it's quickest to buy your financial freedom through laundromats as opposed to bonds, stocks, dividends, real estate investing even. Okay, now let's just say that's your all cash deal, right? $65,000 or $60,000. That gets you your financial freedom. You need $240,000 to $300,000 in cash to buy an all cash deal. However, one of the beauties of buying a business like a laundromat and real estate is that you can apply leverage. You can use a loan, and that actually can make your returns go higher. Let's say, same scenario, we want $60,000. That's our financial freedom number, and we want to use a loan. Okay, so let me set the parameters, and I'm just picking some middle of the road parameters. I know interest rates are all over the place, and I know loan terms are all over the place, but let me just pick some middle of the road numbers, nothing too extreme on either end, and give you an idea of how much money you would need if using a loan to buy your financial freedom. Okay, let me set the stage. We're buying a laundromat for $429,000. Now, at $429,000, we're going to put 30% down. That means we're going to put down $129,000 towards our laundromat deal. Now, at 7%, amortized over 10 years, that means our loan payments are going to be about $3,500 a month. So at a 25% return on our money, we can expect to cash flow after all our expenses are paid and after our loan payments, $65,000. That means for a down payment of $129,000, we can cash flow $65,000. That's a better than 50% return on our money, which means in 2 years, we recoup our initial investment, and everything after that is gravy. And in the meantime, we have our financial freedom, okay? And there's actually other perks that aren't even factored into this, like tax advantages and, things like that actually make that return even higher. But just purely cash flow wise, $129,000 buys you your $60,000 financial freedom number and a really nice $5,000 vacation to boot. Okay. So that's on the higher end, right, of our return on our money, that 25%. But let's just say we're on the lower end, we're at that 20% return on our money. Okay. That we're expecting here. So that means we need to buy a $570,000 laundromat. $570,000. If we bought it all cash, we would get a 20% return on our money, but we're using a loan. Okay. So that means we need to put down $170,000. So our loan is $400,000. At 7% over 10 years, our loan payment's going to be about $4,650 per month. Okay. And that means that after all our expenses are paid and after we pay our loan, we're going to net $58,500, almost to our financial freedom number. And we've put down $170,000, and compare that to the all cash deal where we put down $300,000. Again, just significantly less money that we need to buy our financial freedom. And here's the beauty of it. That still may feel overwhelming to some of you. Some of you are like, holy cow, that is within range. I could work for a year, 2 years, 5 years, and get to that number and be free. And that's probably true for a lot of people listening to this or watching this. However, another thing to consider is you don't have to do it all in one go. So if you have a smaller amount, say you don't have $129,000, but you got $40,000 or $50,000, you can buy a smaller laundromat, cash flow that, and use that cash flow to go buy your next laundromat and get 2 or 3 or 4, and not only hit your financial freedom number, but if you really want to, you could far exceed that financial freedom number, and you can do it in phases and in steps. Or another great option is you buy a smaller laundromat and it just allows you to work half-time or take a better job that you enjoy more but doesn't pay as much. A lot of different options there. And so what I love about laundromats is that they can allow you to buy your financial freedom at a relatively low price. Just curious what you think about this. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what you have to say about this concept. And if you're interested in buying your first laundromat, check out the link down below in the description and check out my free course on how to buy your first laundromat. If you're intrigued by the concept of buying your financial freedom through laundromat ownership, check out my free course on how to buy your first laundromat. It's free. It's packed with super useful information, and it's going to help you get started in this business and to do it the right way. Or if you want to keep this train rolling, check out this video right here on the 10 reasons why laundromats are the best business you could get into.